the Super Bowl a couple years ago. When you go into a Super Bowl and you have that much time to prepare, even though the teams have changed significantly, do you feel more prepared? Or are they doing similar things?
Well, they do an excellent job. You know, you guys know the respect that I have for Zach, you know, for what they do in all three phases. They present a lot of issues, both personnel-wise and schematically. There's a reason why they've been in, you know, a Super Bowl 2 years ago, why they were in a conference championship again last year. And, you know, there's some familiarity only because there's continuity at the coordinator spots, but there are some different guys that are playing out there. Like anything else, they've done a great job of being able to tweak and add and continue to, you know, present multiple issues on all three, you know, phases, whether that be teams, whether that be offense or defense. And so there is some familiarity, but, you know, that still has been, there's a lot that's taken place since that game in 21. And, you know, you even say you go back and you played them in 19, you know, where there was, you know, a lot of continuity there. But it's going to be a great challenge. And, you know, those guys will be ready to go. It'll be a great atmosphere in Cincinnati on Monday night.
Do you anticipate that Burrow, I mean, do you guys prepare as if you're going to see Burrow?
Oh, yeah, you have to. You have to be ready. And, you know, Browning is an excellent, capable backup as well. But I think you'd be silly not to prepare for one of the best. And, you know, we'll find out probably later on in the week or maybe 90 minutes before kickoff whether he's going or not.
Asking you to go into detail, but if in fact he doesn't play and you know you're going to get the next guy, what does that cause a major shift on some levels in terms of the way you approach that game when you know you're not going to see a star, you're going to see the backup?
Well, I would hope that we're able to approach it the same way. I mean, you know, Joe is a phenomenal player, but like I said, you know, you see a lot of really good tape. There's some people that are familiar with, you know, what Browning's done, and so we've got to be ready for both guys. And ultimately, this is the NFL, and you got to be ready to go. You want to see their best. We want to be able to put our best out there, and that's what you love about the opportunity to go compete. But we've got to be able to react accordingly, and we certainly need to be able to prepare for him. And if he goes, then we're going to see a great player. And if he doesn't, then we're going to see a really capable player that can operate their offense at a high level behind him.
Coach, do you see after the win in Seattle, I know you guys were believers before we got to the opener, but then you beat Seattle. You play the Niners really tough. Do you see the belief continuing to kind of grow right now?
I think the guys know that a lot of the work that they put in gives them a chance to play at their best. And you got to love competing, you know, love the opportunity to get better and really love playing with your teammates. And these coaches love watching these guys continue to improve. And I think when you really love the process and you love what you're doing, you give yourself a chance for improvement. And I do think that, hey, even though we didn't get the result that we wanted, there were some improvements from week 1 to week 2. Now, there were certainly some things that we can clean up collectively, coaches and players alike. But I think these guys know that the work that they put in every single day will allow them to go compete and play with a quieted mind. And that's what I love about this group. And so it's not going to be any different whether, you know, you're coming off of a win at Seattle, you're coming off of a tough loss against a really good football team. You know, I feel a consistent approach from this team. That's what I love. I think that ends up being a really true measurement of performance. And I don't know if that I would say that because I think these guys have a confidence that's been earned from a lot of the work that's been put in, but they have a respect for how difficult it is to do the things that we want when we go out and play in those 3-hour windows every single week.